Hey, what's up, guys? So, just decided out of the blue to do a late night session. I'm a pretty night owly person anyway, but yeah, I figured why not? I'm awake, and it's been a pretty uneventful day. So, here I am, just hanging out in my bedroom, just seeing who's up, who's around. I do most of my recording and live session stuff, or my pretty much everything during the afternoon Eastern Standard Time. So I think a lot of my friends from around the world tend to miss out because it's usually pretty late at night for them. But I figured I'd give this a shot and just see what's going on. But it seems like it's pretty quiet out there right now, so I might, I don't know, watch some videos, or just hang out for a little while and see if anybody's up, and then chat with them for a bit. But yeah, that's pretty much my plan for the moment. Somebody's watching. Let me grab my iPad. Hi, Karen. Surprised to see you up so late. Not exactly sure where you live, but it's 1:30 a.m. here. Me too. Me too. That's what I do. So, I try to record my videos during the day because I get the best lighting. But for the most part, I'm up most of the night, most nights. I like to work at night. Oh, you live near Chicago? Okay, so Central Time. I used to live up in Michigan, so that was actually not that far. But I know it's the 1 hour time difference. So it's like midnight, 12:30 there. Yes, it's still early. That's right. Yeah, pretty much. I found myself just sitting on the couch watching YouTube videos. Not the stuff that I review, mostly wrestling based YouTube videos. And was just like, why don't I just go online at this point, So it's like I haven't done an evening uh, live stream yet. So I figured I'd give it a shot and just see how it goes. How was your day, I suppose? That's a good question to ask, right? Up until 2, yeah. I usually find myself falling asleep around 4, 4:30. So, not that late after you. Yeah, yeah. I talked to some friends up in Michigan earlier today, and they were saying that it was snowing pretty good, and that they were talking about going for a snowy woods walk, but they decided against it, pretty much out of laziness. But oof, we finally just got out of our cold snap here in Florida. It's been like dipping. We kept having this like for a few days it'd be like 70s, but then for a few days it'd be like 50s, and then like 40s. Oh, do you have outdoor cats? There's a lot of outdoor cats around here, just a lot of roaming strays and stuff like that. Feral cats. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I'm a pet collector too. I started out with one dog for the longest time, then got a second, and then ended up with four before moving to Florida. And then after my divorce, ended up bringing two of them down here, and I just I can't help it. Like, I see a pet that needs a home, and my heart just goes out to them. Oh, ferrets. I've always wanted to have a ferret. I heard they stink, but I've got a terrible sense of smell. So, for some reason, smells don't bother me. It's just like, whatever. Doesn't matter. But yeah, I would love to have a ferret. I've heard they're very playful and very cuddly, but that they just smell bad, and I'm like, I don't really care. Keep the cage clean. Yeah, I think that's all caged animals. I've heard that too. I've heard they have to be social. Like they have to be really social and really socialized, or else they get very lonely and kind of like grumpy. I think the next pet I want to get will probably be something in a cage or a English bulldog. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. They sleep a lot too, right? Like, don't they sleep like 16 hours a day or something like that? Like, they're very, very, very nappy creatures. I don't know. This is all just stuff for 21 hours a day. So you get that like 3 hours of brief social playtime, and then it's just nap time the rest of the time. That's funny. Let's see. It's like a special occasion, right? Whenever they're not in their little hammocks or piled up in a ball. Yeah. Trying to think of what else to talk about. Had a pretty uneventful day today. I know it was the Super Bowl. I didn't watch it. I didn't really care. I always liked college football better than professional football anyway. So I was just kind of like, meh, whatever. Eagles won, I guess, which is great because apparently they beat the Patriots, which everybody hates for some reason. I don't know. Again, I couldn't have cared less. Although I did hear that Justin Timberlake did a good Prince tribute during the halftime show, so that'll probably end up being a requested video at some time, I'm sure. But yeah, I just didn't watch. Um, Went to a wrestling show last night. I'm actually working a wrestling show next weekend as a referee. I finally graduated my wrestling school. Won't let you send anymore. That's weird. It like limits the amount of messages you send, or maybe it's like a certain amount per time. I don't know how any of this works, to be honest with you. I'm still figuring it out. Uh, but that's bizarre that it wouldn't let you send messages. Oh, that you sent too many in like a short period of time, maybe. I don't get that. I'm like, send away, send whatever you want to. Doesn't really matter. Um, oh, good morning, Vero. It's late night here, but good morning to you. Oh, I suppose you'd probably be like 5 hours ahead, 6 hours ahead of where I'm at. What time is it there? I'm gonna guess around 6:37 or 7:30, maybe. Huh. Yeah, actually. Oh, it might be the fan. Hang on. Let me try that. Ugh. Is that better? Better? I just turned the fan off and I realized it was buzzing. I don't know how sensitive the microphone on this is. Oh, weird. It might be. I don't have anything on my end. Or at least nothing playing or anything. I want to see them. There they are. I have no idea. That's so bizarre. Let me try if I turn the volume up. Better? I don't know how the microphone works. This is on my phone, so I'm just guessing at this point. Um, yeah. Yes, for now. Okay, well, that's good. What did you think about the videos I did today? I actually was really impressed by the ones that I did. It's always kind of like a grab bag, especially with the list. I'm really excited about how random it is. I mean, there's some obvious ones that are always going to be great, but there's some that I'm like, I'm really excited to see new stuff. I always like new stuff. Really? I thought you did pretty good. It was different. Hmm. Well, what do you want me to do tomorrow? I guess I can ask that too. I can just kind of grab it. Oh, okay. I get that. She was, I guess, reading from some of the comments, covering Grace a lot at the beginning, but I think she's starting to find her own path. I'm enjoying it, but I know that not everything is for everybody. Let's see here. Mm-mm-mm. Trying to see what's on the list still. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I keep looking up to make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. The one from the Wish bus. I like those. I really like that whole setup. I think that's such a cool thing that they do, that they, drive the bus to random locations and just have these like in studio concerts, I guess. He was really, really, really good. And I thought there was this great like reggae style to the way he sung, which I thought was super cool. So I'm excited and hoping more people request more of his stuff and put it on the list, because that's pretty much how I'm basing everything right now. That's off the list. I really love the Dimash videos, but I'm so scared that I'm going to ruin my reaction to them. So I try to vary them up. Even though I'm sure people would love for me to go back to watching them every day, I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to ruin it for myself and for everybody else. Like, I love having the genuine reaction whenever those videos come on, and I hate the idea that I'm dulled to it, I suppose. Let's see. Oh, okay. Really should see about just recording on my iPad. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Because I wouldn't know how to fix it if it were on my end. Do, 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 do. I know, I know. The truth of the matter is, I want to do more. I've just had to work so much lately that to make sure that my bills get paid and everything. I'm trying to find a way. I really am. I'm trying to find a way. I'm trying to start to build up a savings so that I can take a few days of just focusing on getting caught up because I really should. I mean, I just checked and it's like 5 pages long, and I'm just like, oh man. So maybe I'll try and go up to like 3 or 4 videos a day, but it's just, yeah, it's so hard to keep up. It really is, and I want to get through them, but I'm also trying to like get trending stuff too. Like I just did that Grace Vanderwall video, and it was like number 20 something on trending. So I'm also trying to stay present while catching up with the past. I know. It got so long. I swear it was only like a page, maybe 2 pages, like 2 days ago. And then I'm just looking now and I'm like, 5 pages? How did it get up to five? I'm pretty sure people finally got my message that I was posting about saying, like, hey, like, request on the website, don't just send it in the comments. And I'm seeing a lot more of them popping up. And I think other viewers are helping catch up, which I really appreciate. To anybody who's watching this later on, really appreciate anybody who is helping keep me up to date with the list. I was trying to do that on Facebook for the longest time and it was not working. A couple people have. Actually, yeah, I've gotten a few more subscribers since, which is really, really cool. I really appreciate that. I mean, that means the world to me. It really does. And I hate having to ask for money because that's not why I do this. It's just a way to do it better, you know? So if I could get paid by a company to do this, I would totally do it. Oh, you're don't worry. Anything is so wonderful. I'm not at all like trying to like squeeze every last dime out of anybody. I would love see I would love a sponsor. This is a great sponsor because I'm addicted to this stuff. I cannot stop drinking it, especially when I'm doing these videos because my mouth dries up really quickly. Would love Diet Coke would sponsor me. I do. Actually, it's funny. My usual routine is that I wake up around like noon ish, go get my coffee, which you'll sometimes see on camera, then grab like a McMuffin on the way home, and then get home, eat my breakfast, and then record my videos, and then go to work. It's usually my cycle every single day, is that I'll go work from like 3 p.m. till about anywhere between midnight and 2 a.m. and then start the whole process over again. Come home, watch some stuff, watch some TV or catch up on my Facebook or anything like that, and then just start the whole process over the next day. Yeah, well, I mean, it's self-imposed, but I find that I make the best money doing it that way. I when I'm not doing my pet sitting or my wrestling stuff, I'm driving for Lyft or Uber. So yeah, I get out there, I try to do the rush hour, and then I try to stay out long enough to do bar rush. Bar rush here though starts at about 3 because bars are open till 3 here. And then so bar rush can sometimes be from like 3 to like 4 or 3 to 4:30, especially on weekends. So those are my really really late nights that I try to stay out for all of bar rush. But I usually try to get home before morning rush hour starts during the week because rush hour is just a hard time to drive for. I mean, it's no, not at all. Honestly, I always have pepper spray, and I'm careful. I know where the some of the rougher areas are, and if I'm intimidated, I guess I can refuse rides or anything like that. But that doesn't usually happen, and the brave succeed, I suppose. So I push through it. I push through it, and I try to do it to make sure that people are safe. The money's great and everything like that, but I've had a rough time with drunk driving in the past. Not me personally. I've never had a DUI, but I've had lots of friends who have had, and I see these stories all the time of like kids getting killed or people getting killed, and I'm just like, there's no reason for it anymore. So I'm hating the reaction. You must get here. guys to tweak it. Now it's just one click. Yeah, that was always the plan. My business. That's how it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be one click every 24 hours, and we had to get it adjusted to do that. So that's why it is that way. It was always supposed to be one click every 24 hours. Um, but yeah, I drive nights because that's when the least amount of drivers are available, and it seems like the most amount of problems happen. So I'm a night owl to begin with, and why not? If I can get someone home safe and show that it's okay not to drive, that's what I do. So, just looking. Thank you, Karen. That means a lot. Yeah, I know. I know. But that's why I also vary it up. You'll notice that I don't just go straight from the top down the list. I try to vary it up. I try to get Dimash like every other day or every third day instead of every single day because I know that, legions will be heard if they all decide to go and vote every single day. But I try to spice it up a lot. And I still see the ones that get upvoted, even if they aren't at the top. I still see them rising, and like I said, I'm gonna get to them, and I do get to them all eventually. I don't, I have no problem with it. If people are passionate about a certain artist, more power to them. I mean, honestly, I think part of the reason I got as far as I did in doing this was because of the passionate fans. I mean, you remember if you go back, you'll see I was doing Grace every day. I was doing Dimash every day, and it worked. It worked for a really long time. I just felt like I wasn't giving the authenticity that each individual performance, you know, deserved, and I just don't think that's fair. I just don't think it's fair. I don't want to be a fake reactor. Like I don't want to be one of those people who films this video and like goes over the top like oh my god, oh wow, so cool, even though that might not be what they really feel or really think. I always want to be genuine. I want to be genuine in my reactions, and genuinely if I watch certain artists too consecutively, I get dulled. I'm still amazed, I still enjoy it, like, but my face isn't going to show it. It will become fake. Oh, is it? Is this the Jesse J season you're talking about, or it was last season the Jesse J season? I can't keep up anymore. I know they said Jesse J won a recent season. It is the Jesse J season? Okay. I don't. That's another question. Why does she need to do that? Like, is she just challenging herself, or is she like she doesn't need the money? She's a pretty famous artist in Britain, as far as I know. So I'm like, why? Why do that? Like, why? Why go on a like it almost feels like it's cheating, and it's cheating someone else out of an opportunity because when you already have. Oh, cool. Yeah, and that's great. Like again, I have no qualms about it. I think oh, that's true. That's a good way to reinvent yourself, I suppose, or get your name back in the public. So that's not too bad. You know what I'd love to see? They are all professional singers. Yeah. Oh, on this specific season? Yeah. Well, I just keep thinking about the Masked Singer show. And I was talking to a new friend from Thailand earlier today about it, who loves it, and I do not blame him at all. Like, super loves it, and it's great. But I would love to see uh, famous singers experiment on those shows. And I think I've talked about this in a previous Masked Singer reaction. Is how cool would it be if they just got to try new material or try variations with their voice under a mask so that they could keep their anonymity, and if they do well, surprise everybody at the end by being like, oh hey, I'm so and so or whatever, and just be like, oh my god, that's that person. Like, I couldn't recognize their voice or whatever because so much of it is based on looks. We do. We do. We absolutely do. Yeah, we need. Well, I'll say this. We have a lot of talent shows. We have America's Got Talent, we've got The Voice, we've got X Factor, I think is still on the air. We've got uh that's awesome. Um we've got a lot of the same talent show. What I think we need is more variety in the talent shows. So You Think You Can Dance, Dancing with the Stars, all of those. We've got so many of them, but so many of them are the same, and I think that it'd be great to see some more variety, something like a Masked Singer, something like what The Voice was supposed to be. The Voice originally sold me on it because it was all like, ooh, they can't see them and like blind audition. I would love to see The Voice full season blind audition. Like full season blind performances. You don't see them until the very end or until they're eliminated. Exactly. Um, so like I would love to see it get to a point where they're just like, they have to watch. Yeah, now it's back. Um, where they have to just judge every week off their voice, and they could do training, but they can't see them in person. Like they've got, closed circuit TV or like something like that, or they have to FaceTime it where there's like the screen's blacked out and they just have to teach them based on their voice and everything like that until they get to elimination or till the end where they have to be like, okay, this is the winner and this is what they look like. I think that'd be so cool. Like I still can't help but feel like even after the blind auditions, there comes a bias. And I think it's natural. I think it's natural to go that way. I totally get why that happens. I get that, you are looking for the next star and, your reputation might be based on it and all that kind of stuff. And you need to make decisions based on many qualities. But I think it'd be so cool just to vary it up, just to do something different and be like, okay, you're not going to see the performer until you either eliminate them or they win. And I think that is a stellar idea. And I think that's kind of cool what the Masked Singer does. I mean, the Masked Singer still lets you see them, but you're seeing a more artistic representation of them because of their costumes, because of the masks, everything like that. And I think that's super cool. I think that's cool on its own. But I think it'd be really cool to see just unbiased judging. And I'm not calling all judges biased. I'm not saying, but I think there's a natural bias. I think there just is. When you've been in a business long enough and you've seen what's worked and what hasn't, and you've seen like a certain brand of people or a certain type of people make it big, I think you're naturally, especially from like a producer standpoint, naturally gonna start looking specifically for those qualities. And I think that it's oh, that's cool. I like that too. I like that too. Um, yeah, so I think that like uh, just just give us some more different. Give us some more different. Like I was listening to a podcast. Um, isn't it? That's so cool that they're completely separated. All you get is their performance, and that's it. I think that's super cool. Um, so I was watching or listening to a podcast. As you guys know, I'm a huge wrestling fan, and I'm training in wrestling and blah 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 blah. But they brought up American Gladiators, and I was like, oh my god, I haven't thought about that show in forever. I just haven't even thought about it, and I'd be like, man, I would love to see that show again. And I don't know why, I don't know why I thought about it, but I was like, I just remember that show being so much fun, and just getting to see these like businessmen and all this other stuff doing this athletic stuff. I loved it. I'm glad you agree. I loved it. I loved American Gladiators and I would totally watch it if we're back on the air. I'm actually hoping I can find reruns somewhere because I just got all crazy nostalgic thinking about it. I was just like, man, how cool would that be? Like how cool would that be to be able to watch it again? So I'm gonna search. I'm gonna search on Hulu and Netflix, and I don't know, maybe Amazon might have it, but I just think it'd be a lot of fun to be able to catch up on those because I just, like I said, I just get super nostalgic when I think about it, and I'm like, it seems like that's something that works still, or again in this current market. I don't know. I'm not a television producer. I can't, tell you for sure what's gonna work and what isn't, but it'd be cool. Oh yeah, the celebrity gladiators, and yes, my business actually, the gentleman I was talking to earlier today was from Thailand and was talking about the Thai version, and I've heard that it's ridiculously popular there, so that's super cool. America's gonna catch up eventually. I mean, the way I've found a lot of these competition shows work is they get popular elsewhere, like Britain. Britain, I feel like, really sets the standard for what happens in America, or maybe vice versa. But I always feel like Britain does it first, America does it second, and then the rest of the world follows suit. If anyone else kind of gets that idea, that's what I've felt like has been the case. Now I'm looking up American Gladiators while talking because I got even more hyped up and nostalgic thinking about it. Trying to think of some other shows. I didn't have cable growing up, so fair enough, fair enough. Uh, I didn't have cable growing up, so I didn't get to watch a lot of like Nickelodeon shows, even though heard people talking about how great those were. But I never got to. Most of what I got to see was on basic cable. Not even basic cable, like not even. I don't even know the word for it. It was like five channels. I got like Fox, network television. That's all I got to watch was network television. So I'd always have to go to friend's house or anything like that to actually see cable TV. Uh, so yeah, I know there were some cool game shows and competition shows. Even now, I don't even have TV at all now. Everything I watch is either online or on Netflix or Hulu. Like I don't get even network television. That's fair. I won't argue with that. That is fair. I just remember my earliest memories of TV are the bunny ears, and we would have to adjust them or like grab them or wrap them in tin foil and stuff like that to try and get any kind of signal to watch certain channels. Um, a lot of shows with American in the title. Has anyone seen Ultimate Beastmaster? I'm curious what that show's about. Oh yeah, you would have to get up and go change the channel on the television. I had that for a while too. And I had one of those ones that was like a crank one. Like you had to crank through every single channel, and I always liked to watch like channel 20 or channel 50 in Michigan. And I would have to crank it so far to get to that channel. Because like all the basic channels were like 2, 4, like da da. And they had their own knob. And then they had everything above like 10 all the way to like 60, or no, I think it was probably like 80, even though we didn't get 90% of those channels. So I was like, why are these even on here? I if I had to think about it, I liked those days better sometimes because you had to really want it. You had to want it bad enough to go get it, to do the work to get it. And now it seems like everything's at your fingertips. Like we're so oversaturated in ease. Like there's a lot of technology now. I'm glad we have, and Wi-Fi, internet. That's great. The fact that I can even do this right now is great. You won't hear me argue about that, but I don't know. Like I missed. Sometimes I miss not having a cell phone. Yeah, exactly. Like it was an event. It was a huge occasion. Like I remember my dad would take us to get pizza for Red Wings games, and we would have this like in the living room picnic, and we didn't watch every game, but like maybe 4 or 5 times a season. We would all get together. We would, get a big blanket in the living room, and we'd have our pizza, picnic while watching the hockey game. And that was always really special to me. Now, of course, as a rebellious teenager, only having one TV in the house, I'd be like, ugh, I don't want to watch that. Stupid. I am a Red Wings fan, yeah. They're having a terrible few years, but I remember, and I'm sure you remember too, the years when Detroit and Chicago were really fierce rivals before Colorado came around and Philadelphia and stuff like that. But I always loved the Blackhawks Red Wings rivalry with like Jeremy Roenick and Chris Chelios when he was the Blackhawk, and Bob Probert as a Red Wing, and Iserman and all that stuff. I always really, I did, I did watch other reactors on YouTube. I used to watch a lot of Petra, Brother. Uh, yeah, yeah, that's right, Karen. Um, a lot. I did. That's actually what got me into this, was watching other reactors. I don't as much now, not as a statement on them. I'll watch them if they're reacting to a video I've already reacted to, but I don't want to have a potential new video for me spoiled by watching another reactor do it first. Because again, authenticity. If I'm going to give, yes, Brandon Shanahan, he's he's still a stud. So yeah, I don't watch them until I'm watching them for the first time and recording it. Um, Again, because of authenticity. I just think that's the way to go. I think that's, you know, best for you guys, best or easiest for me to give you the most authentic reactions. But I love them. I love, obviously I've said many, many times on this channel that I love Petra and I love what she does. Um, this other guy whose name I can't think of right now. I wish I can look it up because I have my technology right here at my fingertips. Uh, I like his videos, and I try to occasionally name drop him so that people will go check his stuff out. Alex D. Tievra or something like that. He did a reaction to Brian Justin Crumb's videos, which was one of the first reactions that I was like really blown away by everybody who did it. I I searched. Yes, Terry Lynn is awesome. I searched his Brian Justin Crumb's Creep video and watched pretty much every reaction that was on the internet at the time to that video because I absolutely loved that video. And it completely blew me away. And I just could not help but watch it every chance I could. So I watched literally every reaction, and I swear I gave some reactors like a dozen extra views. Yes, yes. I gave them like a dozen or so extra views because I just keep watching it over and over again and watching their reactions and watching the video because it was this joint enjoyment for me. I have always been a huge fan of celebration videos or like anytime that somebody like soldiers coming home videos. I don't know why those get me every time. I I have something in my brain that just needs the endorphins from that stuff. So I'm like an endorphin addict and I get it from watching happy videos. So like I'll watch like Red Wings win the Stanley Cup and do you think maybe because he lost that? Could be. But he's still doing fine. He's still doing well. Um, yeah, so I'll watch like the Red Wings winning the Stanley Cup in like '96. Even now, I just get such a high off of it, and it just feels good. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel good to see other people being happy and celebrating, and if it inspires something like that in me, that always feels really good. So I don't know why. I think that's like I said, I feel like I want to give that to other people. Like I got so much joy out of doing it, out of watching it from other people that I'm like, oh, let me share too. Like I can do this. I'm not super camera shy. I'm a little camera shy, but I'm not super camera shy. So why not do it for myself and, see if I can give other people the happiness that I was given by the reactors who were doing the videos before me. Oh, Dos Bananos too. I love those guys. I think they're in Germany, but they speak really good English, and I think they're fun to watch. Oh, thank you, Karen. It really does mean a lot to me. I don't want to take away from other reactors, but I do appreciate that I have people who are loyal and support me in this because it is a lot of work, but I love doing it, and you guys keep me going, even on the days that I'm just like, ugh, like I'm so tired from work last night or whatever. I always look forward to doing this, and even if I don't look forward to it, you guys make me look forward to it because like I really do appreciate the feedback. I really do. I appreciate the feedback. I appreciate the support, and I can't thank you guys enough. Yeah, yeah. Well, personally, I think that's how it should be. I mean, I guess if you've watched the video already, and then you're watching the reactions, okay, then that might be fair. But I don't know. Like, I don't want to talk to it during it because I don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss. I mean, I am genuinely on most of these videos watching them for the first time with you guys on camera, and I don't want to miss stuff because then I can't give you a full, genuine, you know, review, reaction, whatever you want to it because, like, I may have missed the best part. And I don't want to be somebody who's like, pause, rewind, go back, go forward. You know, I don't want to mess around with all that. I'm just like, I'm just going to watch it and then I'm going to talk about it. That's fair. That's fair. I think I wish I had better production quality. I like those reactors who can be like, "Oh, thank you." I like those reactors who can be like, "Oh, like I got a lot of requests," and then pop, 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 like all the Facebook requests or all the YouTube requests. Um, oh yeah, I'm sure. Um, my dog is scratching her ear right next to me, so it's making the bed shake. Um, so yeah, he knocked me off my feet. Um, like I completely forgot what I was talking about. Oh, I wish I could get some of those like little production evaluate things because like I think it's cool to see like if you put in the request and your name and your little comment pops up. Like I think that's kind of cool. But like I don't need a whole bunch of emojis and stuff like that. I'd like to get a little better at the video editing, but also like I want to get the reactions out to you guys as soon as possible and so on and so forth. So we'll see. I mean, my long-term goal is to set up a little studio in my home office for doing these, so that I can like put stuff up on the wall that maybe people have sent me or you know shout outs to certain people or little messages or whatever, and be able to up the production value. But oh, thank you. I think my biggest concern is using the app that I've been using because I don't know enough. I think you need to, well, if I could, I would. And, if you want to become a patron, you can make sure that your videos get highlighted and I can spend more time doing this. Um, yeah, the sound issue. I don't know how to fix that. Like, I see some people being like, oh, the sound is off. And I can't tell if it's the video itself or the app. So it's always kind of like I'm trying to fix it the best way I can, but honestly, like there are no controls on that app. But I also don't know how to do the picture in picture quality on my own. Like I've seen uh some demos and stuff of how to do it, and I'm so far behind on any of that technology that I'm like, what do you want me to do? Huh? How? Like they're like, oh, sync like your reaction, and then like when you get in your video editing software, which I don't have, overlay the one video over your video and blah blah blah. And I'm like, this app actually just does that for me, so I think I'm gonna just do that. Some may call it the lazy way out. I call it the I don't have a computer programming degree or a video editing degree. No, yeah, I know. I know. Like I said, I mean, I've seen the tutorials from certain people being like, this is how we make that. Like, da 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 da. Da. I don't have it. I don't have the technological know-how. I definitely don't have the computer software to do any of that. So I do it my way, and it seems to work for the most part. But every now and then I'll get a complaint about a certain video that the audio was off, and there's really nothing I can do about it, unfortunately, until I learn how to either do the other stuff or find a different app that works better. But yeah, yeah. And I would again. Like the thing is, like I want to be able to do more. I want to, but I also have bills to pay and very little free time, unfortunately. Like now, I'm doing this because I took the night off work and found myself just sitting watching YouTube videos. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I think that honestly, because the one thing I've noticed about the way I adjust the volume, is if I turn the volume on my phone down before recording, it'll say like at first it'll say like turn the volume down to record your voice, and so I'm like, oh, that must mean the video music is too high. So I would turn that down, and when I would do that, I saw less and less worries about the audio. But I think when the app actually posts it, it plays the video full volume. So again, I don't know. I don't pretend to know. I don't even guess. Um, just go with the flow. What can I say? Um, do. Trying to look at some comments too. Singer, come on, guys, vote now. His hot. I'm looking at some of the comments from the videos from earlier today. I try to do it at least once a day and scan through all the new comments, but some days I just miss a bunch because I'll have like 30 or so notifications. And it does, and that's still not all of them. Like honestly, I'm still going back and seeing comments from like a month ago on videos that I'm like, oh, if I'd gotten a notification, I would have reacted or responded to it. But it's all in a day's work, I guess. You know, I can probably find it. Did you post it on the website or did you post it on a comment? Gotta talk to the developer about adding like a requester column. Some comments with video comments are still not done by you. Yeah, I try. I'm just trying. Um, yeah, I couldn't tell right now, but I will. I will see with the developer about if that's possible, because that would be good. It would be good to see a who the first requester was. I mean, I know a lot of people upvote it, and I can't keep track of all those. Yeah, I'm trying. Thank you. I appreciate that. I do try. I know it's frustrating. I know it's frustrating for people, and I don't mean to or want to frustrate anybody, but like you know, there are only so many hours in the day, and it is kind of like a one man wrecking crew right now, except for my very, very sweet developer who's been very patient with me and working with me on the website a lot to try and make it as good as possible. But But yeah, do what you got to do, right? Again, if Diet Coke wants to sponsor me, I use your product a lot, so clearly I love it. And if I could be paid to do this, I would totally spend all day doing it every day. Yeah, again, that's something I'll ask them for sure. Or if there's a way to like set how many reactions you want to view at a given time. I'm trying really hard because this developer has been a godsend for me. Like honestly, I really don't want to push them too much or demand too much. They've already done so much and they keep doing stuff even though I would have been happy with like the first iteration. Thank you, Karen. Yeah. Honestly, it really is. It really, really is. And it's not that I'm unwilling to do the work. I've done the searching the comments things, trying to keep a list by myself, but this, oh, it's so easy. What would take 2 hours to put together a couple videos now takes me, half the time. And that's so nice. Plus I get to see, by the upvoting what people really want to see. And that also helps. So, excuse me. It's really dusty in my room, and I have a horrible dust allergy. Um, Even though I just vacuumed the other day. So yeah, so I try to keep up, and I like to see what people want to see. It helps me jump through the list really fast that way. I'm also seeing a lot of duplicates, and I'm trying to work on that and resolve that because that's another problem that makes the list extra long is when I see two requests for the same song. Like the fourth Impact performance of Proud Mary was requested also as a Louisa Johnson performance. And I had already done the fourth Impact performance a while ago, so I just effectively just completed and linked it to the original video I did for Proud Mary and moved on. So I am working on getting rid of some of the duplicates, but it's a constant battle. Constant. But I'm seeing some on here that I'm really excited for. Like Alexander Misko. Alexander Misko doing Hotel California, which is a song I love, and I've totally been blown away by his videos lately. That 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 he does it all on guitar, all of it, and he's 20, and he can do like the vocals while doing the background, and he's can change the tone by just twist. Ugh. Super cool. I could not keep up with all of that. I could not. My brain would not work that well to keep all of that, knowing when to twist the thing and when to. It's incredible. It's incredible. Some of these also I've been avoiding doing because I saw them already. Not I've reviewed them already, but I've seen them already. So I'm trying to save some of them for a guest reactor when I can finally get one in and around. Probably after I have my quote unquote studio set up, I want to bring in some guest reactors to react to stuff that I've seen before, but not necessarily they've seen before. So that you got my reaction, but you also got their reaction, which will be a lot more first time authentic. Because, like, bars and melody, I've seen. Oh, I get that. I get that. It's an acquired taste, I think. I think if it's done, it really depends how it's done. If it's done tastefully, if it's not too like it depends on the song, really. Cause like I love some of those like I'd be a bad co-reactor because I see tons of yeah, right, exactly. Like a lot of these requests, I'm like saw it before I became a reactor, saw it. Um, Yeah, but with the rap, it's like I've seen some mashups that I really, really liked. Like, I still to this day on my iPod have which is my phone now. It's not even an iPod. I don't know why I call it an iPod, but I still have the Linkin Park Jay Z version of Numb and Encore, which they mashed up, and I loved it. I still love it. So, uh, so yeah, some rapping in songs is good, but I think that it really just depends on the song. KZ Tiandingen from the Philippines does some rapping, and I think she's really amazing, especially when she does it in Tagalog, which, holy cow. Yes, I'm so sad about Linkin Park to this day, but yes, I loved their mashup album with them and Jay-Z. At the time, I thought that was such a cool idea. Mashups weren't as big of a thing yet. We didn't have Glee doing mashups every week, but it was super awesome. Yeah, right. I know. Plus Soundgarden too. Oh my god, like just the hits keep coming. Just Soundgarden was the first CD I ever owned. That's how bad it was for me to lose him. Like I was just like, ugh. Plus he died in Detroit, which being from Michigan, I'm like, oh god, ugh. So that was rough. Trying to see. Yeah, there's so much good stuff on here. Ugh. Got to find a way. I know. I know. I know. 2016, I think, was the worst year that I can think of. But then 2017 was like not really any better. We've just had a brutal few years, and the thing is, and I hate when my brain goes to this place, but I'm like, there are so many left to go. Like there are so many good singers out there still that are getting up there in years, and that's a reality of life. But I'm also like, what a bummer. Like I think about that with actors too. Like I'm gonna be devastated the day Anthony Hopkins dies. Like of course that's how life works. Of course he's already you know getting quite old. But I'm like, ugh, because like Silence of the Lambs and so many things he's done have had such an impact on my life and have been like such fond memories for me, and I'm just like knowing that that's out there, knowing that that's coming. I don't know if I just live in a delusional, like, trying to think of the word, ignorance, a delusional ignorance of the fact of life that Paul Newman, yeah, that everybody's born, everybody lives, everybody dies. Like that's the way it works. And I've lost both my parents. I've lost all of my grandparents, all in my lifetime, all within a 10-year span, really. So death is very real to me, but I still am able to be like, some of my favorite athletes and some of my favorite singers and some of my favorite like actors and stuff like that are like these larger than life personalities to me, especially wrestlers. And like I've been a huge fan of wrestling my whole life, so many of those like 80s 90s wrestlers are just these larger than life like superhero-esque characters to me that I'm just like will live on forever in my mind. But also I'm like, yeah, but they're also people, and some of those people did a lot of drugs when they were younger, and it's gonna catch up with them, of course. But I don't know, it's just so much easier to believe that these things will last for as long as we need them to. I loved Three Dog Night. I saw them in concert with Counting Crows. Yeah, I remember that. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I loved them. I did. I loved them too. And again, so young with so much potential left. Music is very, very rough. It's a rough business to be in. So I'm just scrolling through past comments to make sure I haven't missed anything all the time I'm looking down. Yeah. But yeah, Three Dog Night. I love. Yep. And it's just like every time Todd Rundgren. Is he a singer of a different band? If he's part of a band, I probably know him, but I would know by the band name. I'm really bad at knowing individual band member names. They only really become prevalent to me after the. No, so I haven't heard of him then. No, I can't say. I'm plugging in my battery pack, so sorry for the interruption with the camera. No, I can't say I've ever. I mean, he's probably one of those artists that I've heard him, but didn't know it was him. You know what I mean? Like on Pandora or on the radio or anything like that. And I was like, oh, I like this song. But, didn't really get any more research outside of that. Let's check. But yeah, I no, I can't say. Hello, it's me. Well, let's see if I've heard it before. Again, wonders of technology. Plus, I'm sure you wouldn't mind hearing me hear it, listen to it. It's almost like this is a special reaction. It's also why I drink a lot of soda and water and shit. Let's see. Todd Rund. There it is. Turn the volume all the way up. Special reaction just for you guys. It's just audio, but why not? Oh, that's a good idea. We'll talk about that when this is done. All right, that was an awesome suggestion, Karen. No, I haven't heard that before, but I really liked it. Um, I always, I think so much great music came out in the '70s, and that's the time period that I wish I could have lived in, or one of the time periods I wish I could have lived in more. Uh, you know, when it was going on, because I look back and I'm like, man, there was so much good music out there, like Aerosmith and obviously some of the stuff that's around still, but also the stuff that isn't. David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust type stuff. Like, how many of those concerts would you have loved to have gone to if you'd gotten the chance? I know I would have. Anyway, sorry. Oh, in response to your statement, my business, there was I was the developer came up with an idea because of reactions getting blocked because of copyright, and how to do a synced video reaction, because Petra had posted a video. I didn't even see the video, but he had mentioned it, that was blocked, and so she was like, "Well, I'm just gonna post my reaction, and you can watch the video like on a separate screen or like whatever, and press play at the same time." Well, the developer worked on and came up with a like embedding where the original video would be embedded below uh, the reaction video on the website, so that you could literally just click to the video, and have them both playing at the same time and see them side by side. And I thought that was a super cool idea. I still haven't had the time to work with that system yet, and try it, but I thought that was super cool. Plus, I can usually just give you guys the links to the reaction cam reaction if in case it gets blocked on YouTube. But yeah, so that's kind of what you're talking about. But yeah, not a bad idea. Uh, that was cool. I like that song. Awesome. Oh, let's see. Summer breeze. No, 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 no. I'm not trying to start another video. I just was laughing that that's the video that it immediately linked to. Summer breeze makes me feel fine. Let's see if you can say anything. No. Well, this video has already been going 68 minutes. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much for keeping me company while I was just hanging out, because that's what any evening I'm not working is pretty much like. So I should pretty much just do a live stream, because this is pretty much what I do. Even though I just said pretty much way too many times. This is what I do most evenings, is just hang out and watch videos or watch some TV. And I like the social aspect of this. I like the interactive aspect, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. I hope that these live streams are entertaining, because I know that when I do the reaction videos, you guys do enjoy them, obviously. I mean, your views, your subscriptions, your donations are obviously an indicator that you really enjoy when I do the videos. But I don't get to connect with you guys as much, other than in the comments or other than in your requests. And I was really happy to discover the or the YouTube live aspect, and that I could do this and see your comments live in real time and kind of have a more interactive conversation with you. So glad I'm glad that we found this, and that it seems like you guys enjoy it. And yeah, that's all I can really say about that. Anyway, I don't have much else to say, so I think I'm going to wrap up here. But thank you guys so much for spending an hour with me of your evening. It was really, really great talking to you. I really love catching up with you guys. Like I just said, it's really nice to just hear what's going on with you. And hope you all have a wonderful day or evening or whatever time it may be that you're watching this. Or if you're watching it live, Karen, my business, hope you guys sleep well. Have a good night. And I will be back tomorrow, of course, with my reaction videos. And who knows, maybe another live video. I'm not sure yet. I kind of do this by the seat of my pants sometimes. But I am going to try and get some sleep. And you should too. So, have a good night. It was nice talking to all of you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.